Sir, step away from the vehicle. Hands up. Hands are visible. I'm putting my briefcase in my trunk. Stop reaching. Hands up. We got a call about a suspicious male. You match the description. What description? Turn around and get on the ground. On what grounds? I've done nothing wrong. I am complying. I am standing still with my hands raised. Last warning. I am a judge. I don't care who you think you are. I am a federal judge. My hands are empty. I am not a threat. And your camera is recording this. On the ground.
The body cam captured everything. Every word, every command, every second of escalation. And Officer Lenny Brooks had absolutely no idea that the man he was about to tase had spent the last 18 years on the federal bench, presiding over cases involving police misconduct, excessive force, and constitutional violations. The man standing in his own driveway that afternoon wasn't panicking, he wasn't yelling, he wasn't reaching for anything. He was Judge Melvin Griffith, a United States District Court judge, and within minutes, he was going to become the plaintiff in a federal lawsuit that would cost the city $755,000 and permanently change several careers. Before we go any further, drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from. City, state, country, I read them all. And if you believe authority figures should be held accountable when they abuse their power, hit that subscribe button, because this story only gets more intense. Melvin Griffith was 54 years old, appointed to the federal bench in his early 40s, former civil rights attorney, former prosecutor, known for being meticulous, disciplined, and fair. He had ruled on Fourth Amendment search cases. He had denied qualified immunity to officers who violated clearly established law. He had written opinions cited in multiple circuits. That Thursday afternoon, none of that mattered. It was 4:37 p.m., late afternoon sun, quiet suburban neighborhood. Judge Melvin had just returned from work and was placing his leather briefcase and some shopping bags into the trunk of his sedan. That's it. No suspicious behavior, no erratic movement, no crime in progress. But a neighbor had called in a suspicious person report. The description? Black male near a vehicle. That was enough for Officer Lenny. The body cam shows Lenny stepping out of his cruiser, already tense. "Sir, step away from the vehicle. Hands up." Melvin turned slowly. "My hands are visible, officer. I'm placing my briefcase in my trunk. Stop reaching." "I'm not reaching. I'm standing still." The camera shakes slightly as Lenny approaches. "We got a call about a suspicious individual. You match the description." "I'm in front of my own home," Melvin replies calmly. "What specific crime are you investigating?" That question changes the tone. Most people don't ask officers to articulate reasonable suspicion. "Turn around and get on the ground." "On what grounds?" Melvin asks evenly. "I've done nothing wrong. You're being belligerent." "No, officer, I'm complying. My hands are up." There's a pause. Then Melvin says clearly, "I am a judge." Lenny scoffs. "I don't care who you say you are. I am a federal judge, and your body camera is recording this." That should have been the moment it de-escalated. Instead, it escalated. "Last warning, on the ground. I am complying. This is unlawful." The taser fires. The sound is sharp. Electrical crackle fills the frame. The camera jolts. Judge Melvin stiffens and collapses forward, hands still visible seconds earlier. For a moment, there's silence except for heavy breathing and the faint static of the body cam. "I told you," Melvin strained from the ground. "I am a judge." Backup arrives. Lenny retrieves identification from Melvin's pocket. Driver's license, federal courthouse access card, official United States District Court credentials. The seal isn't subtle. The shift is immediate. "Call a supervisor," one officer mutters. Within minutes, a lieutenant is on scene. His posture changes the moment he sees the credentials. "Sir, Judge Melvin, are you injured?" The tone is completely different now. An ambulance is offered, statements are taken, apologies begin. But it's too late, because body cam footage doesn't forget. Have you ever seen an encounter escalate when it didn't need to? Let me know in the comments.
The lawsuit was filed 3 weeks later. 26 pages, single-spaced, citations to Supreme Court precedent, frame-by-frame references to the Bodycam timestamps. The claims were direct: unlawful detention, excessive force, violation of Fourth Amendment rights, equal protection violation. The city attorney's office reviewed the footage. There was no weapon, no threat, no resistance, no articulable crime, only escalation. Internal Affairs launched an investigation. They reviewed Lenny's stop data. Over 3 years, his stops of black residents were disproportionately high compared to department averages. His use of force incidents followed a similar pattern. The suspicious person call that started everything? A neighbor later admitted there was no crime observed, just a feeling. That feeling cost $755,000. 9 months after the incident, the city settled. No admission of wrongdoing in the paperwork, but the number spoke loudly: $755,000. Policy reforms followed: mandatory de-escalation retraining, revised suspicious person protocols, supervisory review requirements for taser deployments. Officer Lenny was placed on administrative leave. His future with the department remains under review. The footage went viral. Millions of views within days. Because here's what makes this story different. Judge Melvin had knowledge. He had credentials. He had authority. And he was still tased in his own driveway. Imagine someone without those protections. Judge Melvin returned to the bench weeks later. Colleagues say the experience changed him, not in anger, but in clarity. In a brief public statement, he said, "This is not about me. It is about ensuring that constitutional protections apply equally to everyone." That's the real story. Not just the $755,000, but what it says about accountability. What's your biggest takeaway from this case? Do you think the settlement was enough? Drop your thoughts below. And if you want more stories that break down real encounters, real consequences, and real accountability, make sure you're subscribed, because the camera changes everything. And this one changed a lot.